Good morning, dear hearts. My voice is still a little bit on vacation, but we are on lesson 322 today, and please subscribe. We have started a new central relevant thought, our 11th one. What is creation? I'm going to begin with the third paragraph of that explanation. I read the first line in it yesterday because it really sums up so much for us, which then folds in beautifully to today's lesson. That creation is the opposite of all illusions. And yes, I will go back maybe tomorrow and do all 3 or 4 paragraphs in succession. But creation, for now, creation is the opposite of all illusions, for creation is the truth. Creation is the holy Son of God, the holy child of God. That is what creation is, because we are the extension of the holy mind. For in creation is his will, God's will, complete in every aspect, making every part container of the whole. And we have heard this called a holographic course in the past. We've talked about it in the past, meaning that the whole is contained in every part. And that's what we are. Each one of us, we are part of creation, and we have all of creation because we have our Father's will inside of us, and we share all that is with our Father. Its oneness, creation's oneness, is forever guaranteed, inviolate, forever held within his holy will, God's holy will, beyond all possibility of harm, of separation, imperfection, and of any spot upon its sinlessness. Creation is sinlessness. Creation is perfection. There is nothing within creation that can ever be less than how it was created. And that is who we are as well. I'm going to start with our lesson for today, lesson 322, and I can give up but what was never real. So you can see how this blends in, that creation is the opposite of all illusions. All I ever give up is what was never real to begin with. Everything, every illusion, that is what I release. And is it a sacrifice to give up something that was never real? Sacrifice of anything in this world is giving up the unreal. The things cherished in this world are things that are not eternal, things that will not last under any circumstance. There's no circumstance that anything in this world, this illusion, will allow that anything that I see, anything that I think has value. Remember, I will not value what is valueless, and that there's, the world I see holds nothing that I want, but beyond this world, there is a world I want, a world that has true value in it. So here's now again is the good news, that under all of these veils that we have placed on top of what is real, those were all erected by the ego, but underneath all of them, the veils, the walls, the curtains, under all of that, still lies what has been created. Creation is there forever. I sacrifice illusions, nothing more. And as illusions go, I find the gifts illusions try to hide, awaiting me in shining welcome and in readiness to give God's ancient message. So under all of those veils, all of those illusions, those walls, those curtains, those clouds, I find God's ancient message. Well, what is God's ancient message to me? And for that, we go easily to the last paragraph in our previous relevant thought. What is the last judgment? That this is God's final judgment. You are still my holy son, my holy child, forever innocent, forever loving, and forever loved, as limitless as your creator, forever and completely changeless and forever pure. Therefore, awaken and return to me. I am your Father, and you are my child. You are my son. This is God's ancient message. It'll be told to us over and over again until we understand and we accept it as being true. His memory abides in every gift that I receive of him, God's memory. And every dream serves only to conceal the self, which is God's only Son, the likeness of himself, the Holy One who still abides in him forever as he still abides in me. He dwells within me as he dwells within you. The second part of today's lesson is in prayer. Father, to you all sacrifice remains inconceivable. It cannot be real because, again, what we give up wasn't real. I'm going to go now into lesson 187. I wasn't done tiptoeing through the course today. And lesson 187 is I bless the world because I bless myself. And in paragraphs 7 and 8, it speaks about sacrifice. The thought of sacrifice gives rise to all the forms that suffering appears to take. And sacrifice is an idea so mad that sanity dismisses it at once. The sane mind, the whole mind, the right-minded mind, the mind that we think with, our holy mind, cannot even conceive of sacrifice because sacrifice is also an illusion. Never believe that you can sacrifice. There is no place for sacrifice in what has any value. If the thought occurs, its very presence proves that error has arisen and correction must be made. That means in that moment, the error that has arisen is an ego thought that has crept into my mind. And every time there is an ego thought, I need to correct it. I need to give it over to the Holy Spirit for correction. Your blessings will correct it. Given first to you, it now is yours to give as well. So giving and receiving are one. As I receive the correction, I can extend the correction. No form of sacrifice and suffering can long endure before the face of one who has forgiven and has blessed himself. Back to today's lesson. Father, to you all sacrifice remains inconceivable, and so I cannot sacrifice except in dreams, except in illusions. That's the only time that I can believe sacrifice is real. As you created me, and yes, it's there again, I give up nothing that you gave me. What you did not give has no reality. What loss can I anticipate except the loss of fear and the return of love into my mind? The loss of fear, which will lead us beautifully into tomorrow's lesson. So I only can anticipate the loss of fear, and that is a good thing to anticipate. Let it go. Let go all of the fear that I have conjured up and thought that it was real. Because once that is let go, what do I find underneath all of the fear, all of the thoughts of sacrifice? I find my Father's gifts to me and to you. And that's it for today. So let's see what voice I have tomorrow. Please be here to find out. In the meantime, please like, share, and subscribe. Please comment. Thank you for all the well wishes, and smile and pray and take in really deep breaths. This is all really good news. Namaste.